Here you go. Everyone get a drink. Good morning, guys. We are doing some farm adventures today, but they're not on our farm. We are gonna head up towards Asheville and go help a friend do some projects on her homestead. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but yeah, we're gonna take you along with us and show you around her farm. Another exciting thing that we're doing this morning is someone finished enclosing the run enough last night, and the coop I guess too, that we can put the ducks in it today. I got the pool filled up. It'll be like a new zone for them while we're gone. All right, I guess we'll see you guys in Asheville.
Well, that's what I mean.
Happy little ruse. There they go. Surprise, we are at Sage's at Terra Nova Acres. I want to know, I guess, how many of you guessed this before we actually got here. So as you can tell, we have been here for a while. It's almost dark outside, and we've been working on some beds, and by we I mean Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's been doing most of the work. We're just moral support.
Yeah, moral support, but he appreciates that. We also cut down some trees, which I'll show you guys. And I'm gonna have Sage show us around her homestead because we're here and might as well.
Yeah, take a little tour.
While he's working.
We're just gonna go have fun.
My name is Sage, and I have a 3-acre homestead just a little bit north of Asheville. I'm in the Blue Ridge foothills, and I've been here for almost 2 years now. I moved here February 2022. So I was telling Taylor earlier that it feels like way longer and like way shorter at the same time. I feel like I've been here for more than 2 growing seasons, but also it seems like I moved 6 months ago.
We've done a lot here.
Yeah, it has been a heck of an effort for sure.
This is our first time being here and visiting Sage at her actual homestead, almost farm homestead. The way we met. Actually, did I like message you on Instagram?
You did.
So she moved here and started posting videos on YouTube right as we were starting to look and apply to jobs down south and start thinking about moving back south. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, a friend. So yeah, we didn't ever think we'd actually be this close, but it's really cool to have a friend our age that's homesteading and starting out from scratch just like we are. You're literally less than a year, or just about a year, 6 months ahead of us.
Yeah, I think about 6 months ahead of you guys. Well, ahead. Right.
Timeline wise, how long she's been on her property.
But I mean, it's really cool to have also another female friend in her 20s who, I mean, you guys picked up your life and moved to start a homestead. I never anticipated to have a friend like that I could share in that way and relate to. So it's really cool. And this is only the second time that I've ever like actually seen you in person, which seems...
I know, I feel like we've met a lot more times than that.
Yeah, because we interact a lot over the internet.
When you first got here, the state of the property, what was it like?
It was better maintained than a lot of the other properties around here. No one had lived here for, I think, 6 months or so when I moved in. But they had taken care of the lawn. It wasn't like things were incredibly overgrown, but I've definitely been making improvements.
What are your goals for the property then?
What
do you want to do here?
So my goal for the property is to get it to a place where I can have chickens, I can have an animal for dairy. Right now I have sheep. I'm not getting milk right now. And a ton of growing space. Gardening, whether that's, you know, an orchard, whether that's a vegetable garden, whether that's flower gardens, that's really where I enjoy throwing my energy. That's what I enjoy doing the most. And so I want to have more gardening space than I can possibly responsibly manage. And I want to have healthy land for some ruminants and some chickens.
That's why we're building those today. Those are going to be flower beds, I think, mostly.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do perennials on the other side of the driveway. And then where we're standing right now is hopefully going to be annual flower growing space.
Are you going to sell them? Is that the plan, like in your little...
I have some plans that I don't talk about yet.
Okay, that's fair.
It's in the works.
So this is the area we were just in. And this is, you said that's going to be your annual?
Yeah, this will hopefully be annual flower growing space. I'd like to put some cardboard down, get some mulch down, and I have the chickens here for the winter to help me scratch the grass up as much as they can manage and keep them separate from my other laying flock that I have.
Her property has a lot of elevation change.
Yes.
Especially compared to ours, and it's like the opposite, where her forest is at the top of it and her house is at the bottom. Ours is completely reversed from that.
I definitely get my cardio going up and down the hill between the house and the pasture every day. The longer I'm here, the more I really do fall in love with this property.
It's beautiful. What are these birds up here?
These birds up here are my older chickens. I got them last year as chicks, and they live in a mobile chicken coop.
They look like happy little birds.
That's one of my favorite chickens.
She's beautiful.
She's a troublemaker.
She's got turkeys up here. She's got sheep, her garden.
The garden is retiring for the winter. There's just a handful of stuff left. But I am keeping the sheep in the garden space. It's got a 10-foot deer fence the entire way around, so it's pretty secure. And just to give them a little bit more shelter in the winter, I keep them in here at night. They're in here right now because it was raining, and I was trying to make them stay dry.
We also didn't want them to get hit with the tree that we were felling, so.
That too.
This is my first time in here. Look at these guys.
Hi.
They're really like big puppies.
This one is queso. This one is leche, and then the other white one is dulce.
Do you have them blocked out of the actual beds then?
I do. So my original plan was to put everything that was going to be carrying over into late fall, winter in the same bed. And then I planted my brassicas. They got eaten up. I had to change my plans. And so they are fenced out of a decent amount of the garden space right now. But I have lettuce left, and I have some brassicas on the other side. And everything in between is pretty much dead, except for there's some garlic in there as well. I'm trying to leave it to let the bugs have a place to live in the winter, and then I'll go in and clean it up in the spring. I don't know if I'm just telling myself that to make myself feel better that I haven't cleaned it up, but
Most of our garden's not cleaned up yet either, so you're good. Oh, it's such a pretty view.
the garden is basically my property line. And so behind that is my neighbor. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of cars and stuff back there, but his entire property has a lot of that grass on it. So this is my garlic, and there's every time I thought I was done planting my garlic, I decided that I could probably do with some more garlic.
In my opinion, you can't ever have too much garlic.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you accidentally grow too much garlic, then oh well, you just have too much garlic.
No. This space, again, more garlic. There's some late sown lettuce in here, carrots, and then this is my brassica redo, essentially. These are plants that I didn't start from seed, but that I got from the local nursery and placed in here.
We have cilantro. That's my winter crop this year.
There are also a handful of fruit trees in the very back of the garden over here, and a compost pile.
It's so pretty. Hello, you're so sweet. Hello.
I was nervous to get them because I had heard so many things about how they can have so many issues with parasites and everything else, and I bought 3 so that if something went down, I still had 2. But I really appreciate them. I haven't had to deworm them. I, in general, have been very lucky with not dealing with any sort of crazy health issues with them. And I'm excited to breed them next year.
I'm excited too. I feel like I'm gonna have to come visit some baby sheep next year.
Yes, you should absolutely come and bottle feed a lamb.
Maybe I'll convince Taylor to take one home.
There you go.
He took down a couple trees earlier over here, and we roughly stacked them up over there. And you're gonna have to deal with all that yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I'll deal with the branches later.
But really what I wanted to show you guys was the view from up here. It's absolutely beautiful. Our property, since it like dips down from the road, we don't get an actual view of anything besides the trees. Like, it being reversed is really cool to see.
Yeah, I like to sit up here, especially when the sun's going down, and especially after I've just logged off of work and I'm a zombie and I just need to be out in nature and reset. And I come up here and I sit down and I watch the sunset. And now that I have sheep, the sheep come visit me and I pet them and I pet Copper and we all just hang out.
Do they lay down next to you?
No,
Oh,
they don't.
well, that would be cute. But they're cute anyway. Yeah, I think I would be up here all of the time
Yeah,
if I was in the same situation.
it's a good spot.
She always takes pictures from this view, and it's always so pretty. I'm always jealous of her pictures on Instagram. She posts,
Oh, and I'm jealous of yours.
she posts this picture, like this view, almost every single, like at least once a week. There's a picture of it, and it's so pretty all the time.
The sunsets are always pretty, but every now and then there's one that just stops you in your tracks. The other night, it looked like the sky was on fire. The pictures don't do it justice.
See where Taylor's at?
See if Taylor's finished the hard labor we gave him.
We really did ask if we could help.
We did, and he kept saying no.
He's self-sufficient.
Let's stay out of the way.
Unfortunately, the weather didn't allow us to take too much video footage for you guys earlier in the day, but we did get a few snippets here and there. And what we started off with was Taylor cut down a few trees because Sage is trying to clear up this area in the woods. She can graze her sheep up there and just to have more open space on the property. We got that wood cut up into firewood sized pieces, stacked over by the edge of her woods. And then the main project of the day was, once it stopped raining, we got to work on putting some raised beds in her front yard. The reason that she wanted to put these in is because she wanted more space to grow flowers. It's a beautiful addition to her front yard. And as a person who's homesteading solo, I can imagine that having to mow is not something she wants to do every week. If you want to see more of the detail on how we put these together, go check out Sage's video because she was also filming today. And while you're over there, don't forget to subscribe to her channel. I personally think she makes amazing videos and she's been a huge inspiration to us on our own homestead. Like I said, we found her via YouTube when we were just dreaming up living down here, and now here we are helping her build raised beds on her homestead, and I just think that's really cool. So we've been working on a project kind of behind the scenes together with another friend that we have been wanting to tell you about. We can't tell you yet.
We're still working on it, but keep an eye out for an announcement in early January.
Yeah. We've got something good for you guys, and we think you're gonna like it. This was probably a little bit of a chaotic video, but I just wanted to show you guys around Sage's property and introduce you to her. She has her own YouTube channel, Terra Nova Acres, and I will tag her in this so you can go find it. I've mentioned her before, but this is the first time we've got to like come here. This is the first time Taylor's gotten to meet her.
Yeah, this is the first time I met your husband, and this is the first time that you've seen me in my element.
Yes, yes, and all of her animals. So, we just wanted to introduce you guys to her and show you what we were working on today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.